Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about integers. And by the end of this lesson, you should be able to write integers from words or phrases and pick out that key vocabulary word that tells you what it's supposed to be, as well as with the number. And I know you've got it when you can correctly answer at least 3 of the 4 exit ticket questions. But as always, I want to make sure that you try to go for all 4. All right, you want to make sure that you have your notes. Looks like this, and here we go. An integer. What is an integer? An integer is any positive or negative number. And a positive integer is a number that is greater than 0, and a negative integer is a number that's less than 0. And speaking of 0, 0 is neither positive or negative. So as you work through today's lesson, there's a whole list down here of numbers that represent a positive value and words that represent negative values. And there are more than this that I'll give to you in class. But just as you're working through, feel free to add to this list. So just looking through the positives, you've got an increase. So that would mean something is going up or positive. Or ahead. A credit is something that would be a positive. Gain. More. If you earn something, you're getting money, like you're earning money, so that's positive. Moving forward, above, deposit already has the part of the word positive in it to help you remember. And if you receive something, that's positive. Okay. Representing negative values would be the word decrease. If you noticed, these are opposites, so increase and decrease. Ahead. The opposite would be behind. The opposite of credit is a debit. We talked about this a little bit last week if you were in class. Gain or you can lose. Just think about weight. You can gain weight and lose weight. Okay? More, and if you don't have more, then you have fewer. Instead of earning money, you might have to owe money. This is a little backwards here. Forward and backward. Okay, above and below, deposit, withdrawal, and receive could be owe, or it could be like a loss. You can go ahead and add that. It's very similar to losing and loss. All right, so pause the video if you need to write those words down, and if not, then let's keep moving. Okay, so some real-life examples. Sea level is 0. Okay. Sea level is 0. We have money and banking. That's where you'd get the credit and debit. Temperature, above 0, below 0. Sports, such as football, because you can lose yardage. And golf, you can be over par or under par. And comparing objects and sizes. Okay. Let's take a look at these pictures here. We've got, in real life, you might see a sign that the elevation is 100 feet below sea level. Well, sea level is 0, and so if Death Valley is 100 feet below sea level, that means it's below sea level. And just because it's below sea level doesn't mean, obviously, as you can see here, that it's going to be underwater. Okay. Another example is Mount Everest. The elevation, that means how high it is, or, of course, how low something is 29,029 feet above sea level. So those key words there, again, we have below, and this one has above. Okay. I think I forgot a letter in here, so I'll write it in. But we have some invisibles in math. For example, in decimals, when decimals are not in sight, they're on the right. So we could have 35. Well, we don't see the decimal, so the decimal's on the right. So we 35.0. Positive numbers also have this invisible sign. So if there's no symbol, like a plus sign, then it's considered positive. Therefore, you can write 35 is equal to positive 35. Okay, it doesn't work for that for negatives. Okay, negative, you have to have the sign. Again, the negative, you have to have the symbol. All right, let's get into some examples. So in example 1, I want you to write this. If you lose $8, okay, lose is in the negative. So we would write negative, and then we're going to write what we're talking about, $8. So we're going to label all of these as well, just as you will on your practice sheet. Okay. Next one, we have 20 feet above sea level. So I'm looking at this and I see the keyword above. So this would be a positive 20. And remember, I'm going to label it, so I'm going to label it feet. Positive 20 feet. Next one, if I go too fast, then pause it. If you receive 4 cookies, okay, then what am I doing? I'm getting 4 cookies. Receive, so positive 4 cookies. Next one. We have a withdrawal of $50. That means I'm going to go to the bank and I'm going to take out $50. So that's going to be a negative. The dollar sign is my label, and that's going to be 50. Okay. All right. Again, if I went too fast, you back it up and pause it so you can get it written. On the back of your notes, on your own, I want you to pause the video, complete these, and then come back and check your work. So pause the video and complete these 4, and then come back, press play, and check your work. Pause the video. Pause it. I said pause it. All right, welcome back. If you move backward 5 steps, then you've gone negative 5 steps. Again, don't forget your label. If you forgot it, then add it now. If you earn $15, that's going to be a positive $15. The dollar sign is your label. 20 feet below. I forgot to underline the earn. 20 feet below. So this would be a negative 20 feet. You can abbreviate feet. And an increase of 7 points, so that would be positive 7 points. Okay. All right, check your work. Now I want you to get your worksheet and complete all these problems. Don't forget to label. Okay, dollar sign can be your label, but otherwise you should have like feet or people, or I see a lot of temperatures on here, so temperatures or inches. Once you're done, you're going to check it and then evaluate yourself. Once you have checked it and evaluated yourself, rate yourself. How well are you doing? Are you at a 3 or a 4? You've got it? Or do you need some more practice? And then when you're done, you're going to get a piece of lined paper, and here is your exit ticket. So you'll have to write down your answers. Don't forget to put your name on your paper and fill this out. Okay? So pause the video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.